Yahweh Scano girls, I'm gonna try to tell you a story tonight. So, here you go. Tatni, scan out Dine. Um, gonna teach or do how a fox and raccoon tricked one another, which is right here. Alrighty. So, it is said by the wise men of old that Nongwagwa, the fox, and Joagat, the raccoon, once played tricks on each other, which made them enemies for life. It was an all out affair over swapping hum houses and fireballs, which ended in Raccoon making his home in treetops. Fox was walking down the woodland trail one warm summer day. He was feeling good in his humor because the plump grouse had gone down his throat. That means he just ate. Then, said he, "Oh, now then," he said, "I would be perfectly satisfied if I had one of those magic, rare pawpaws to eat." And the pawpaw looks like this. That's what it is. It's a fruit. Now, it must be explained that in those days, before the great era of man, all animals ate what they pleased, and each knew that there were magical things that, once eaten, would make them great hunters. Fox knew that there was a wonder bush on which grew magic pawpaws, which, should a fox eat one, would make him invisible. Thinking how fine it would be to become an invisible hunter, Fox ran down the trail. Suddenly he paused, for there, hanging on a low bush, was something shaped like a turnip. Fox ran around in a circle, then nosed up to the thing. It was gray and queer, and it had a thin wall with a hum inside of it. Fox looked shrewdly at this hum house, and with blinking eyes watched the hum stingers fly in and out of the little round door at the bottom. Fox had a good idea. When all the hum stingers had gone inside to sing, he would stick a wad of clay over the door opening, and then pick the hum house off the bush. Yak, yak, thought he. I now have something fine to trade for pawpaws when I meet some blunderhead fruit picker. Fox was now happy, and scampered through the tall grass through the swamp, and then up by the wood's edge where the bushes grew. And there's Fox all happy with his hum house. He knew that this was the doorway to Joaga, the raccoon. He also knew that Joaga was a clever fellow who ought to be trimmed good and proper, for Joaga was not only smart, but knew it, which is a sin, even in animaldom. To attract attention, Fox began to laugh. "Ho, ho, ho," he said, "here am I. I know ye I have a treasure I will trade for a treasure. If any man trades me, he'll win this magic hum house." So saying so, he trotted away to a mossy hillock and waited. Knowing that every fur and feather brother knew his voice, down in the black hole beneath the tree of the gnarled roots was Joaga, the raccoon. Looking for adventure in the dark tunnels under the ground, Raccoon was a curious explorer and had felt of everything in the woods except a certain gray thing with a hum inside. Of course, Raccoon wanted that hum house, but as yet he had nothing to trade for it. Raccoon crawled out of his back door like a runaway woodchuck, and he crept cautiously to the swamp where he pulled up the root of the jack in the pulpit. And a jack in the pulpit is this. That's what a jack in the pulpit is. And it says, ingestion results in burning sensation that has been characterized like needles being stuck into the tongue and throat. Alright? So, it's not very good to eat. Alright. Root of a jack in the pulpit, which old folks always called a fireball. Raccoon took the fireball. Oh wait, there's Fox. He's all happy about his thing. Saying anybody wants to trade, that's what he has. And then Fox found his jack in the pulpit right here, so he's holding it up. And he rolled it into yellow mud so to make it look like a delicious fruit. and he rolled it until it was dry, for Raccoon was clever with his hands and liked to roll things. He then took the yellow-coated fireball under his arm and sauntered down the trail, making believe he didn't know that anyone was about. Coming to a mossy hillock where the ferns grew, he began to laugh. Ho, 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 here am I. Know ye that I have treasure I will trade for a treasure. If any man trades me, he'll win this magic seed pod. Out from his hiding place stepped Fox, his eyes a-glitter and his teeth showing white through his smile. Good morning, said Fox. And here they are. They both have their prizes. Good morning, returned Raccoon. They're both covering it up. Where are you going? Inquired Fox. Somewhere, answered Raccoon. Where are you going? Somewhere, replied Fox. What have you there? Something, answered Raccoon. What have you there? Something, replied Fox. What are you going to do with yours? Swap it, answered Raccoon. What are you going to do with yours? Swap it, replied Fox. What do you give me for mine? I don't know, answered Raccoon. What do you give me for mine? I don't know, replied Fox. What is the name of your treasure? Better guess, answered Raccoon. What is the name of your treasure? Better guess, replied Fox. Come on, let's swap. Raccoon looked at the little gray thing with the hum inside and inquired, Is your treasure the magic bottle with hum inside? Goodness, how you can guess, exclaimed Fox. How did you know that I had a magic bottle with hum inside? Why, it is worth so much that I never did dare tell anyone I had it, because he who owns it will become the greatest hunter in the whole green world. I'll swap that poor thing if you can guess what I have, said Raccoon. Fox looked at the yellow thing and inquired, Is your treasure the magic pawpaw? Goodness, how you can guess, exclaimed Raccoon. How did you know that I had the magic pawpaw? Why, it is worth so much that I never dared tell anyone I had it, because he who eats it will become invisible and turn into the greatest hunter in the whole green world. All right, let's swap, said Fox, with his eyes blinking and his tongue hanging out with eagerness. So they swapped, and each went away with his prize, well pleased. Whoops. All right. Pretty soon, Raccoon looked at his little gray bottle and began to wonder. He picked away at the clay stopper of the door, and in an eye's wink, the stopper came out, and with the whole tribe of hum stingers. And there he is, getting all stung up. They're coming out of this bottom there. Oh, how he did fight. The hum stingers gave one look and dashed at Raccoon, stinging him all around his eyes and all over, especially around his tail. He slew hundreds of them after they had stung him, but none before. Raccoon roared and chattered and scolded and cried like a puppy with a pinched tail. Oh, how he cried. But then who could help it with 1,000 hum-stingers who had revenged themselves by sticking in their hot needles? Weeping and wailing, Raccoon staggered down the swamp, where he buried himself in black mud and the best pain plaster in the world. But the stings hurt terribly, especially since Raccoon could hear Fox laughing himself. Oh, how this made Raccoon mad. After a while, Fox began to wonder about his treasure and how he might eat it. Some unseen hunter. Yet at the yellow thing and rolled it up on the ground. It was queer shape for a pawpaw, but then maybe a magic pawpaw did look queer. He opened his mouth and grabbed the yellow thing. He gave a crushing bite. So eager was he that he began to chew, it stiffened all over. Something had happened. With a long, sharp yelp, he began to caper. Horrors of horrors, he bit into a fireball, the most peppery of all forest roots. His tongue burned, his throat burned, his whole mouth was afire, blistering in pain. Down the swamp he began. Yep, he barked, if I ever catch that mean, wicked Joatka, I'm going to eat him alive. Raccoon from his safe hiding place stuck out one ear in mighty satisfaction. He listened to Fox crying around. And so Raccoon climbed up a tree because he knew Fox was going to come after him. And he went up the tree, and they were arguing. And Fox said, You cheated me, you black-faced ring around his tail, yelped Fox. You cheated me, you red-shirted can't climb a tree, scolded Raccoon. And there's Raccoon at the top yelling down, and there's him yelling at the bottom. If you ever do catch me, and you can't catch me because I live in a tree. And oh, that's how it started. They hated each other ever since. The end.